What's going on, YouTube? My name is Nate Tries to Trade. Today, I took two trades, both were winners, and I'm getting ready to break them down. But first, before I do, I kind of want to talk about something and address the elephant in the room. I'm not a professional day trader, but I started recording my journey so that way, when I do start making money at this, I do start becoming successful, I have something to look back on and see how far I've come. Just short term wise, I started posting these videos, my editing's getting a lot better. I'm learning how to do a lot more things. I have had a ton of support from the community. I posted a video, my third video I ever posted on YouTube, got close to about 700 views, and I got a bunch of likes and a bunch of comments. But I want to thank everybody for taking the time, give me suggestions, ask me if I'm doing certain things, giving me some ideas. One of those ideas was a trailing stop. Usually I don't use trailing stops because sometimes it scares me. But sometimes with these Heikin-Ashi candlestick, you're seeing price float up and down the candlestick the whole time the candlestick's printing, but you don't actually see the actual price level. There's a line that I have that goes across the screen that tells me where actual price level's at. Using a trailing stop on these can be kind of scary, but he suggested not necessarily using the trailing stop all the time, but maybe just when price starts ripping, kind of like it did today. It didn't end up working out like I thought it would. I thought we were really going to start ripping up, and we didn't. So I didn't get the exact 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio on the first trade, but I was able to capitalize on it. In the second trade, I was able to get in. Price was hesitating to break past the prior high, so I went ahead and jumped out of it just about as quick as I jumped into it. So without further ado, here we go. Overall in the market, we've kind of been in this little zone right here. Yesterday, we broke all-time highs, and then overnight, we kind of stayed in the support area right here. Well, we ended up blasting through it overnight, being in an overall downtrend for the morning, as you can see right here, down, 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 down. Whenever I saw this, I was like, okay, well, I'm probably going to stick with short until I see this come up, get pretty close to VWAP, make a higher low and then a lower high, and then a flush down to the bottom to make a double bottom. And I'm really kind of glad I wasn't watching the market right here because this is definitely a trade I would have taken. Being in an overall downtrend, a lower high here, and then a flat bottom candlestick to the downside. I didn't make that trade. I don't really like making trades. The candlestick is too big for the current price action that we're seeing, because a lot of times, especially to the downside, a lot of times what we see is a really quick flush down and then a little bit of chop and then a push back up, which is exactly what happened here. Whenever I first saw this, I kind of waited a second on this, noticed that it made a higher low, and I go, okay, well, this is almost a double top and that we're more than likely to push up. The big elephant in the room is VWAP. VWAP's right here. Being that we are so close to the high, I feel like it's a very good possibility that we could maybe flush those and retest them and maybe get a push back down. But I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, and if you do, please let me know. I'd love to buy one. So what I ended up doing, I was looking for a long at this point. I see this higher low push back up to this doji. Off the doji, we have a flat bottom candlestick. I put my entry above this doji, which isn't something that I usually do, but I ended up getting in, hit my 1-to-1 almost immediately, and I saw a lot of volume coming in on this candlestick. So I took my other take profit that's at the top of this green range right here, I pushed it up, and I trailed the rest of my contracts to the bottom of these candlesticks. I saw that volume was kind of starting to fail here, and I thought maybe we would bounce off VWAP again instead of pushing out over it. I made an educated decision, and I went ahead and got out of the trade. That trade, I think, was around $800 or $900. I decided to sit on my hands. I'm like, well, I have my green trade. I think I'm done for the day. With how easy this price action looks, I kind of decided to continue to look at the market until I see another decent opportunity. I waited for a bounce, and we bounced right here. We had a flat bottom candlestick push up from the inverse color white. So I put my entry, well, I tried to put my, I kind of panic bought on this one because I saw price was starting to rip. I saw a lot of volume on this candle, as you can see down here, this one right here. So I went ahead, I panic bought, which isn't something that I generally do, but it was a rash decision. My thinking wasn't super clear going into this trade. So I did what I normally do. I put a take profit at my 1-to-1 and I put a take profit at my 1 to 2, and I put my stop loss below the candlestick that I entered on. Being fearful that I would lose money on the trade, I saw a little bit of hesitation to break out of the top of this candlestick here. And I thought maybe, because the market lies a lot, right? It doesn't always respect higher lows and lower highs. Just as quickly as it made those candlesticks, it can also reverse down and flush you out. Everybody sees this area right here. You know, it would make sense that there's a bunch of contracts waiting here to be filled. In fear that this would turn around on me, I wanted to walk away with the profits that I had, so I took a very small win. I think it was only like $100. And then at that time, I kind of said, you know, I'm done. It's a green day. I'm green $985 after fees and commissions. So we can actually see it. So $945 trade here, and then a very small $80 trade for the second one. So I decided to take the money and run on the week. Hold on, this thing's freaking out. For some reason, Tradevate is freaking out on me. So our green $111 after fees and commissions. Before fees and commissions, we're almost green 300. This is a very good sign, especially after the day that I had yesterday. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and go from there. I want to thank everybody in the trading community for being so supportive. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys on Wednesday. Have a good one. Bye.